cards.
Blacksmithing is a dying skill. A lot of people tell me this when I tell them that that's one of my hobbies. Although I don't really agree with it. I think that blacksmithing in a traditional sense is a dying skill, but I don't believe that it is dying because it's used so much in industrial uses like drop forging and other things like that. My name is Christopher Rourke, and I've chosen 3 things that I own to represent parts of my personality. My first one is my fire department pager. This tells me when I need to report to the fire department and when there's an emergency. It'll go off with a really annoying beep, and then the dispatch will come on and it'll tell me what kind of emergency there is and whether it requires me specifically to respond. Why this pager represents a part of my personality is because of all the things that the fire department has taught me. The fire department has taught me to be calm in stressful situations. It's helped me to help others to be calm in stressful situations. It's taught me to be able to help people medically as well as mentally in hard situations. It's also taught me loyalty. Loyalty is something that is extremely important in the fire department because when we're on a fire scene, our lives are quite literally in each other's hands. So we need to know that we can trust each other. This creates a very special bond between each other. We may tease each other a lot more aggressively than most people would, but when it comes down to it, we are kind of a family. It's taught me that I have a responsibility as part of the fire department to protect our community. One of the things that my chief told me when I first started was that what our job is to be there on the worst day of their life. My second item is a ratcheting wrench. This is a wrench that goes on to a bolt and either tightens or loosens it. The reason it's called a ratcheting wrench is because it turns and makes this clicking noise in the direction that is not what you are intending to move the bolt, so that you do not have to remove it from the bolt and then readjust yourself. The reason why this represents me is because it represents my love of creating things and building things. Some examples of that are the cabin. We have a cabin that we are building on my family's property. We've been working on that for about a year now. And I've been working on that quite a lot, and I've really enjoyed it. Another example is my car. It's in dire need of assistance, and I have to work on it daily in order to keep it running and going well. I love to fix and improve things, as evident with my car, and I love learning the intricacies of projects and how to do certain tasks so I can apply them in other places of my life. It also represents my extreme stubbornness. That actually runs in the family, which makes dinner quite interesting. My last item is a cross-peen hammer. This is used in blacksmithing. This is a 5-pound cross-peen hammer. The reason why it's called a cross-peen hammer is because on this side, it has a horizontal edge that is rounded for peening. Peening is a process when you take metal and you draw it out to be longer or wider, and it typically gets skinnier when you do so. The reason why this represents me is because of my love of blacksmithing. When I first started blacksmithing, I was just looking on YouTube at random videos, and a blacksmithing video popped up. So I took a look at it, and I thought to myself, I can do that. So I grabbed a shop vac, put the hose on the other end so it would blow out. I took a little barbecue pit, I lit some coals in it, I blew air into the coals, stuck a chunk of metal in it, tried to grab it with really bad tongs, put it on a chunk of railroad track, and hit it with a carpenter's claw hammer, which is not the same thing as a blacksmithing hammer. It didn't work very well. I made a very terrible version of a knife. The reason I love blacksmithing so much is because I take this chunk of steel and through acts of aggressively beating it with a hammer, I make it into something that looks visually appealing. I love all the small details that you have to pay attention to when you are blacksmithing. Like, you have to pay attention to where your heat is at on the metal, how long you heat it up and everything. I love everything about blacksmithing. It's a very fun way to relieve stress and